What's going on, guys? Quinn69 here. How are you guys doing today? As you can see here, boys, today I'm going to be bringing you guys a guide on the Bane of the Stricken. I've been getting way too many questions about it recently, and I'm just going to go ahead and dispel all the myths and explain to you guys kind of like how the Bane of the Stricken works, and teach you guys about snapshotting the Bane of the Stricken. I'm going to teach you guys how it's used in a group situation. Okay, we're going to go over a bunch of stuff, and it's going to just dispel and, you know, make everything clear, boys. We're going to make everything clear. So, anyway, listen up, boys. Listen up, as you're about to learn. You're about to learn, boys. You're about to learn. Okay, so let's get into it. Bane of the Stricken only procs off abilities that have proc coefficients. So, that's, you know, a proc coefficient is anything that your character casts which is not a damage over time effect, which is not an item proc, so like a, you know, like a Thunder Fury proc, or like a, whatever, a legendary gem like Wreath of Lightning, anything like that. They do not have proc coefficients. Only abilities that have proc coefficients. So an ability that you cast that deals damage, okay, it's gonna proc Bane of the Stricken one time, because it has an internal cooldown. So, a lot of you guys seem to think that, like, Bane of the Stricken is going to really help you. So, like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep hitting all these monsters with my big frontal cone attack, and, you know, they're all getting debuffed with Bane of the Stricken at the same time. This is sweet. I'm going to kill this pack if I just sit here for, like, 30 seconds attacking them. That's not the case. When you hit, when your player shoots out like a laser cannon, whatever ability this is, I just made up on Paint, it's only going to proc on the first guy, boom, this guy right here. Then the rest of these guys, because it's going to have an internal cooldown, are not going to get hit with the Bane of the Stricken. So, Bane of the Stricken is completely useless in AoE situations. It's only okay in, like, you know, if you're fighting like 3 targets for an extended duration, or if you're fighting a Rift Guardian, which is what it's designed for. It's to, you know, basically blow up Rift Guardians. Now you might be wondering, what the hell's an internal cooldown? What the hell's an internal cooldown? Basically, guys, an internal cooldown is the amount of frames, aka time, it's just nerd speak for time, basically, that need to be in between 2 procs of the same kind. So how do we calculate this for Bane of the Stricken? Okay, here we go, boys, here we go. This is where it gets a little bit funky. So, Bane of the Stricken is calculated like this. 1 divided by your sheet APS is the internal cooldown. So, for example, you know, if you have 2 APS, it's going to be a, you know, half a second cooldown, or a 30 frame cooldown. If you have 3 APS, it's going to be a 0.33 second cooldown, so on and so forth, until you get to 5 APS. Which, if you guys don't know, 5 APS is the cap, and monks actually do hit this if you're playing an attack speed generator build with Flying Dragon. And yeah. So just be aware of that. You don't expect stack too much attack speed sometimes, just to like max your Bane of the Stricken, as there is a cap of 5. And please note, boys, please note, this does not include attack speed modifiers to skills or attack speed buffs that do not appear in your character sheet. So that, for example, that's like for monks, that's like Alacrity. That's like because Alacrity increases the attack speed of your generator itself, and not the actual sheet APS. You know, that's like a raiment set that increases, you know, the generator attack speed and not the sheep APS. I'm just using monks for an example. All your other classes have attack speed multipliers like this as well, so just be wary. And this can actually throw the Bane of the Stricken out of sync, if that makes sense. If you guys, so you can imagine if you have 5 APS, right? So it's got a 0.2 second cooldown, but then your attacks are actually increased by 15%. Instead of attacking exactly every 0.2 seconds, you're attacking slightly faster. It throws it out of sync, and you actually lose Bane of the Stricken stacks. So just be wary. You can actually, there's actually certain breakpoints, but I'm not going to go into that because it's kind of, it gets even more complicated, and it's really like extreme min-maxing. So now you're going to be like, oh my god, Bane of the Stricken! It's dynamic. This is brilliant. Well, guess what, boys? Bane of the Stricken is not dynamic. Bane of the Stricken snapshots. It fucking snapshots. Okay, everything in this game snapshots. When you enter a zone, says enter a rift, change rift levels, whatever. Whenever you die or slash revive. Okay, so if you die or revive, Okay, it re-snapshots your APS. This is, and every time you use a health potion. And now this is what we're talking about. If you guys have seen me in my riffs, I'm always like, oh my god, that was a sick snapshot, bro. Do you see that snapshot? Oh my god, it's crazy. And that's because you can intentionally snapshot, aka you can intentionally use a health potion when you have high APS, okay? When you have high APS, to make it so your Bane of the Stricken functions at a lower rate, because you've used your health potion at a higher APS, so the internal cooldown of the Bane of the Stricken is reduced dramatically, so you have two times, 3 times, 4 times as much value as you originally had. Some quick notes here. Bane of the Stricken is multiplicative, because you guys always ask me this. So the primary effect, the stacking effect, it is multiplicative, but that effect stacks additively with itself. So it would be OP as hell if it just keep multiplying, and it would give you a source of infinite damage, and it would mean you would kill anything under a certain time. So it's multiplier, but it stacks additively with itself. So it gets better and better as you attack for longer periods of time, but it doesn't multiply and scale exponentially. That makes sense. And the secondary effect is also multiplicative with the primary and all their effects. If you guys are wondering, that is a thing that happens. So basically, boys, in conclusion, always use your health potion when you have high dynamic attack speed buffs. This is aka Pain Enhancer, Archon, Goguk, Seize, Big Bad Voodoo, etc. Anything that increases your APS that wouldn't be up. So anything that increases your APS dynamically. So you don't have any pain enhancers when you enter the zone. So when you enter the zone, your default APS is really low. So your Bane of the Stricken snapshot is really low. And then once you actually get into the rift and you're fighting like 20,000 monsters, okay, and you've got pain enhancer stacks coming out the ass, and your APS is like literally capped out at 5. Okay, that's when you hit your health potion. That means your Bane of the Stricken now has an internal cooldown of 0.2 seconds. Man. 0.2 seconds. That's 12 frames. That's insane. That's flippin' insane, boys. And that means you're going to kill the Rift Guardian, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times as fast as you would if you didn't snapshot. So you have to be aware of these snapshots. Obviously, every time you change zone, so say you had that sick Pain Enhancer snapshot, then you change zone, it is then reset, and you just lost your snapshot. And you have to do it again next zone, or if you die, for example, or if you pot. So it doesn't always go off the highest pot. So like if you pot when you're at 5 APS and then you're almost about to die, like 1 minute in the future, and you've got low APS, that's going to re-snapshot it, and you just lost your big snapshot. So just remember that. That happens a lot on Rift Guardian. Sometimes you can have like a really sick snapshot, and then you find the Rift Guardian, and then you're going to impulse pot because you almost died, and then boom, you just lost your Pain Enhancer stacks, whatever, and you just decrease the kill speed by a ton. And also, just remember, okay, Bane of the Stricken is useless versus groups of monsters, and you've got to try and focus. So you see me in a Greater Rift, I'm always trying to direct my way at the 105th and stuff towards the elite packs. I'm trying to 7-sided strike near the elite packs because I'm trying to hit the elite packs first with my abilities to proc the Bane of the Stricken on the elites, as I want them, because they're going to die last, so I want to have the most amount of, you can get more value by directing your attacks at the higher health mobs slash, rare packs. But otherwise, guys, that is the Bane of the Stricken guide. Obviously, you can get all of this juice in a written form. My mod Razor actually pretty much made the guide on Reddit that everyone goes off for Bane of the Stricken, and you guys can actually check out the more detailed version. I'll link it below so you can check that out. But otherwise, until next time, peace the hell out. Hope you guys enjoyed the guides. Hopefully we dispel some myths, and I'll see you guys next time.